Man, tough news. Breaking news here out of the SEC. One you hate to hear, and when I heard it, I had to double, triple check that it was real. But this is straight from Oklahoma. Just hit the inbox here. John Mateer, outstanding quarterback, probably the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. May still be. Let's hopefully it's not too serious. But again, Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer to undergo surgery tomorrow. So he hasn't had the surgery yet. Suffered a right hand injury against Auburn. Here's a direct statement from Brent Venables here. After consulting with medical experts, it became clear that surgery is the best option for John in his short and long-term future. He's extremely disappointed. He will miss some game action, but is eager to correct the issue and move forward. As he is with everything we know, he will be aggressive with his rehabilitation and work to return to the field as quickly as possible. So they are expecting him to return. No timeline for the return. No timeline for how long this is going to keep him out. But obviously, Captain Obvious, not great. They won't need him against Kent State, which they'll have a bye week. So, hopefully this is a short term. And hopefully he's back for Texas. I have no idea how realistic that is. Depends on what he's having corrected on his hand. But I have heard that he broke his hand in the first quarter, and John Mateer completed his last 11 passes against Auburn with a broken hand. So the fact that he did that tells me that this bastard's got one tough pain tolerance, and who knows, maybe whatever issue, again, they are having surgery, so it's got to be pretty serious, but they're on the bye, then they get Kent State. So we're talking several weeks before the Oklahoma game. This is obviously not good. Heisman Trophy front runner. I don't know what else to say. Michael Hawkins, quality backup. Shout out Brandon. He says On3 said 3 weeks or more. Yeah, that doesn't really tell us much, but yeah, 3 weeks or more. So maybe it's just 3 weeks. Let's hope it is. There's a little bit more here from old Brent Venables too. Just kind of praising Michael Hawkins, who played last year, won him the Auburn game last year, if you remember. We have all the confidence in the world in Michael Hawkins and are excited for his opportunity to lead this offense while John recovers. He had some big moments for us last season as a true freshman and has gotten better and better. I'm proud of the work Michael's put in and the progress he's made, and now he will attack the opportunity to lead our football team. I don't have these stats. Maybe right here we do. Oklahoma against Auburn had 303 yards or something like that, and John Mateer accounted for about 300. So he has been the offense, up to this point. Michael Hawkins, I thought he looked pretty good last year as a true freshman. Even in the bowl game, I know Oklahoma fans, they get made fun of for losing to Navy, but he had his moments. And you got to remember that was a travesty of an offense with the offensive line in shambles, receivers in shambles, coordinator got fired. So it was like a lose-lose situation. And he beat Auburn on the road. So how will Michael Hawkins look with this Ben Arbuckle offense? I don't know. I don't think it's doom and gloom here. Let's say John Mateer's out a month. Total speculation, no idea. But let's say he's out a month. So the bye week, Kent State, he's gone. Texas, he's gone. In this scenario that I'm playing out here, and he's probably going to miss South Carolina if a month is accurate, and no idea if it is. But again, can you split with Michael Hawkins? Can you split Texas and at South Carolina? I think you can. And if you can, and John Mateer's back in 3 or 4 weeks, then I think Oklahoma could still make the SEC championship game and hell, the college football playoff. Now, he's going to have to ball out as soon as he gets back because, so again, I don't think this is doom and gloom, but you're losing the Heisman frontrunner for some period of time. And just based on the comments from Brent Venables, this does not appear to be season ending. So that's the good news. But beyond that, That's all. That's literally the information as it just happened. Tony, I missed it. What happened? Okay, so update here in case you're just now tuning in. John Mateer broke his hand against Auburn. He is going to have surgery tomorrow, and this is official. This is according to Oklahoma. Broken hand, and he's expected back, but there's no timeline. And Oklahoma's got a bye this week. They got Kent State the week after. If you're going to have a surgery, this might be the perfect time to get it done in hopes that he gets back to return for Red River, which I have no idea if he's coming back for that, but that's what you got to hope for, at least. So you got one of the best, if not the best defense in the conference. You're going to hang your hat on that, and you're going to have to hang your hat on Michael Hawkins. Progressed as a passer in year 2. He was just a true freshman, won a conference game. But he did get yanked, so we got to play both sides of this. He didn't look like a good SEC quarterback last year, but he was put into an impossible situation and won you a conference game. So I don't think he looked bad either. I think he looked like a true freshman, quite frankly, is kind of how I would put it, with no help on the offensive line and no help at receiver. So throw any true freshman into that, see how well he does. So this is a completely different story with better receivers, better offensive line, and a deeper running back room. So, damn it. Just when Oklahoma was on cloud 9. Damn it. This sucks. This is rough. And oh, by the way, Texas they may have corrected their woes. So, I mean, it's a double whammy here. But again, You've got multiple weeks to prepare yourself for Texas, hopefully, or in reality, getting Michael Hawkins. That's got to be the game plan, right? Getting Michael Hawkins ready today for Oklahoma. I know you got Kent State. Kent State might literally be the worst FBS team in the country. They are just god awful. So it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. You're going to smoke Kent State. But getting Michael Hawkins ready for Texas, that's got to be priority number one. And your defense, which just got 10 sacks on what was allegedly a really good offensive line. They're going to have to step up in a big way and rattle Arch Manning, who we know, based on 4 games of performance this year, he could be rattled quite easily, unless you got Sam Houston's defense, and Oklahoma's got a little bit better than that. So, interesting developments here out of the SEC. And we'll see. I don't think this eliminates Oklahoma from anything, but it may very well. If let's say John Mateer's out for 6 weeks, you need him back for Tennessee. At Tennessee, you're going to need him against Bama. I don't think you got any shot without him if he's not back by November 1st. So, and even if he is back, is he rusty? I don't know. But again, if you're just tuning in, so John Mateer broke his hand against Auburn. And I believe it was in the first quarter I saw. So first quarter, he finished the game-winning touchdown drive, finished his last 11 passes with a broken hand. That tells me he's got a very high threshold for pain tolerance, and I think he'll be back sooner than later because he's got a damn national championship to chase, if you ask me. Hey, shout out JR. Don't matter what time of day, emergency, non-emergency, morning, noon, or night. JR's here. We appreciate you, buddy. Let's see who he gifted his membership to. If I can find it. I'm not seeing it, but we do appreciate you, JR. I don't know which hand he broke, but I really don't, so I don't want to just throw it out there, but I don't know. I don't believe Oklahoma has stated. But this is official. This is not rumored speculation or anything like that. So, right hand injury. So his throwing hand, according to Oklahoma, is what he broke. So, how does this change things? Appreciate you, Steven Up. What a legend you are. Got any questions? Fire away with some questions here for me to react to.
Showing up for them boys in Tuscaloosa. It's Steven Up. Roll Tide.
Oh, I know what's the problem here. I'm on Cousin Shane's freaking YouTube. That bastard. That's what's throwing us off here. Okay, shout out Steven Up. He gifted a membership to Daniel Longeria. Daniel, welcome to the family. We appreciate you. And then JR, I think I might be able to find this now that I'm not on freaking Cousin Shane's YouTube. Shit, no. The comments are coming in too quick. I lost it. We do appreciate you, JR, though. Sparky, getting spicy. This is what I anticipated, these Oklahoma fans getting spicy. He hurt his leg versus Temple and still outplayed Trash Arnold. Trash Arnold, come on. You just sacked him 10 times. You gotta throw dirt on his grave too? Come on. You won this trade. You know what? Just let the guy be. Let the guy be. Oh, Zio. This is not funny, but he commented it. It's not my words. Mateer broke his betting hand. That's not funny. That's not funny. Oh, comment of the stream so far, Derek Cole. Hugh Freeze can't even beat a quarterback with one hand. 9 times out of 10, Hugh Freeze can beat a quarterback with a broken throwing hand, but not on Saturday. I'll tell you that. So at least we can laugh through this. I don't think there's any Oklahoma fans laughing. But yeah, Jimmy, critical point here, no running game for Oklahoma. I mean, John Mateer basically has been the running game for the most part. What has he had? Let's look it up here. I think he had 5 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, 5 rushing touchdowns on the season for Oklahoma. And I'm going to look it up right now, how many rushing touchdowns on the season Oklahoma has. I don't think it's that many. So, they've had 9 on the year. So he's had over half of them. But tough blow. Was leading the SEC in passing. But he'll be back. You know, that's the good news. Interesting. How about this from Miss Terry? Bye-bye, Brent Venables. I don't think we fired Brent Venables because quarterback got hurt. But, Do you think Hawkins has improved since last year? I think it would be hard not to. And that's not a shot at Michael Hawkins because I actually liked what I saw from him. But just given the overhaul in the offensive system, the better offensive line, better receivers, I think you can win with Michael Hawkins. I think you can win. Now, can you win the SEC? Hell no. Can you go to the college football playoff? No. But can you beat South Carolina, which you may have to beat as they're struggling? Hell yeah, I think you can. Can you beat Texas with them? I would say probably not, because Texas got one hell of a defense if you haven't been paying attention. I think you need John Mateer for Texas. But again, let's say you don't get him. Let's say he's back by Ole Miss. I think you're fine, even if you lose to Texas, because you'll just have the one loss. You'll have everything in front of you. I don't think Michael Hawkins is killing anything. I think he's keeping you alive if he can beat South Carolina, if you even need him to. I don't know. John Mateer might be back by then, but yeah. The question was, is Hawkins better? I would anticipate much better than he was as a freshman. But you know, in fairness, massive drop off from John Mateer and his knowledge of this system and playing for Ben Arbuckle. So clearly going to be a big drop off here. Yeah, and maybe we'll see Ben Arbuckle adjust his scheme. That's certainly, I would think so. I would think we would. See how many opponents Ben Arbuckle flips off as we get here. He's probably flipping off some right now. We only beat Texas by 7-10. Now, that's what I like to see from Sparky. Quarterback goes down. Don't even need him. Heisman front runner. Wasn't that crucial to our... He literally is the offense. Didn't even need him. But I do appreciate that. That's exactly what I'd be saying. Jeez Louise says Hawk Tua. Different people, but I appreciate that. It'll be better, Tommy. Don't worry. Hell, you got plenty of time. Plenty of time to rebound here and adjust to Michael Hawkins and get John. The expectation is John Mateer will be back. That's according to Oklahoma. They expect he will be back. No timeline officially on when that could be, but they are expecting him back. So, and it lines up perfectly right now. Well, that's the wrong word, but it lines up. It's an ideal time to get this done because we've got a bye week. We got Kent State. Hell, he could be back by Texas for all we know. That's, what, 7, 8, 19 days away. You can come back 19 days from a minor hand surgery. I don't know if it's minor, but I know it's a hand surgery on his throwing hand, excuse me. Yeah, JP will let us know. But man, what this does, again, nobody celebrates injuries, right? If I see that, you're out of here. You're out of here. But what this does because I think it's fair that you could make the case Oklahoma's the best team in the SEC right now. Maybe Georgia, maybe Tennessee, maybe not Texas. But Oklahoma could be the best team, right? Well, now all of a sudden, this may open it up for another team. Like, I know they already think they're the best, but Mizzou. Maybe Mizzou you didn't have in the playoff. Maybe you got them now because you're looking at that Oklahoma game saying, if John Mateer's not there, I think we can beat them. Maybe this opens it up for Texas. They need all the help they can get. Maybe this opens it up for Ole Miss, who you were looking at the schedule of like, LSU, Georgia, Oklahoma, all in a month span. Who in the hell could survive that? Well, I think Ole Miss could survive that if there's no John Mateer. So, this potentially clears the path for someone else out of the SEC to make the college football playoff because I think Oklahoma was headed there after that first month of the season. Yep. Val Ming also says Swagular, Heisman stock going up, perhaps, but he's got to beat Bama. He's got to beat Oklahoma if he wants to win the Heisman. Need a marquee win. Your best win can't be a Georgia loss. That can't be your best win, Swagular, if you want to win the Heisman. And he doesn't really have an impressive win unless you count Syracuse, which I don't count that as that impressive. Old May says, well, great. I'll always have to hear how this was the only reason they didn't make it. Daryl, is he out for the season? No. The expectation is John Mateer will be back. That's according to Oklahoma. But again, no timeline for when he will be back. Apparently On3 is reporting 3 to over at least 3 weeks. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means 3 weeks and a day he's back. I don't know if that means 6 weeks. I don't know. And I bet we won't know till he has this surgery and we'll see how it goes and all that. Zio says Thamel reporting he's out a month. Let me double check you, Zio, because you're a troll. You damn troll. But I do appreciate the information. Pete Thamel, I'm on his damn timeline here. Sources, John Mateers is a broken bone in his right hand. He suffered in first quarter. Estimated timeline after surgery is expected to be about a month. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. About a month. Again, so it's kind of the 3 to 4 weeks, right? 3 to 5 weeks. Let's say he's out 5 weeks. I hope he's not. I hope he's back in 2. If he's out 5 weeks, again, we got to count the bye. Kent State 2, Texas 3, at South Carolina 4, Ole Miss 5. So that's kind of what I was saying before. You can navigate this. You got to get him back for Tennessee, I think. You got to get him back for Bama. Missouri. Hell, Missouri may be undefeated by this point in time. That might be your biggest damn game. And then LSU. God, what a damn murderer's row. If you get him back for the murderer's row, I think you got a puncher's chance. But you need Hawkins to win you at least one of these SEC games, whether it's Texas, whether it's South Carolina, and possibly Ole Miss. But, man, I hate it. But I do think that I think it's fair to wonder how devastating this could be too, because he literally has been the offense for the first month of the season. Now, maybe you can make the case the rest of the guys needed to come along and they didn't have the grasp of the offensive system that he had. And you could say, well, he turned the ball over quite a bit. He even turned the ball over against Auburn. He's got 3 interceptions. So he's got a turnover every game. Just have Michael Hawkins, if nothing else, don't turn the ball over. With this damn defense, you're going to have a shot in every game, including Texas. Because Texas is, unless they're playing Sam Houston, they've not looked good all year. So I don't think this is the end of the season by any means. Now we'll find out, how good of a coach Brent Venables really is with this defense. Because they're going to, I would imagine, against some of these opponents. Like, just look at the conference games. Texas, South Carolina, I know they're going sideways quickly, but they still have a stingy defense. And Ole Miss, Pete Golding, I think he's arguably a top 3 defensive coordinator in the conference right now. Maybe 4, maybe 3 is a little much, but he is good. The point being, Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, with a backup quarterback, if those are your games with a backup, you're not going to be scoring a ton. Hell, you only scored 24 on Auburn. You only scored 24 on Michigan, and they have stingy defenses too. But that was with John Mateer. So I'm saying you'd be fortunate to score more than 20, I think, on Texas, probably South Carolina, and Ole Miss, because South Carolina's on the road. You got to remember that too. So basically, can your defense hold these opponents to 14 or less? I think that's what it may take to win some of these games. That would be my first thoughts on all this. TA, what happened? All right, last thing, kind of just repeating myself, just reacting to the news here, but John Mateer broke his right hand, his throwing hand, against Auburn in the first quarter. He stayed in the game, completed the final 11 passes of the game. So, hell, I don't know. Does he need to have this corrected? He was on fire. I don't know, but that's not my decision. That's Oklahoma's decision. John Mateer having surgery scheduled for tomorrow. No timeline. I don't care what Pete Thamel says. Pete Thamel's wrong all the time. No timeline on John Mateer's status from Oklahoma. So he is out. He's expected to return. He's going to be out for a little while. We don't know how long, but this is going to be, it's going to be wild. This breaks open the SEC a little bit here because Oklahoma, arguably the best team. So, yeah, that's all I got. We'll be back with Cousin Shane here in a little bit, get his thoughts on all this. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and get the news out. And that's all I got. I need to get back to prepping for tonight's show. We appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out. And we'll catch you here in a couple hours on the YouTube channel. Bye-bye.
Hey, buddy, this beer's for you, Mike, and Cousin Shane. That SEC podcast loves the Pirate, and the Pirate loves that SEC podcast. Hail State.